morning. My name is Shantae Stevens. I am a second year Family, Youth, and Community Sciences major, and I'm going to explain my personal insight with public speaking and how AEC 3030C has helped me with my skills, fears, and anxiety in public speaking. When this semester started, I felt as if I was a good public speaker, but I could not tell you exactly what skills I possessed. Now I can tell you that the skills I had include the fact that I had a lot of personality in my speeches. I was great at including effective attention grabbers, and I always gave an introduction that let my audience know exactly what it was that I wanted them to get out the speech. I believe that the skills I previously possessed did not change, but with learning and practicing, and also learning new skills, they improved to make me a better speaker. The biggest difference between now and the beginning of the semester would be the skills that I learned. I learned how to keep the audience engaged throughout my entire speech with the use of visual aid and nonverbal communication. When I gave my informative speech on how to defend yourself from an attacker, 75% of the peer feedback included that I should improve my eye contact. So I really focused on that, and when I was practicing for my next speech, I was looking straight at the mirror. 2 weeks later, when I gave my persuasive speech on why you should get CPR and or first aid certified, no one included that I should work on my eye contact. So I believe my nonverbal communication skills have truly improved. I never had any fears when it came to public speaking. Although I never had any fears, I always struggled with nervousness before speaking publicly. AEC 3030C taught me that being nervous is normal. You just have to get up there and do what you know how to do. At the beginning of the semester, I stated that I had a low level of anxiety. I believe that I still have a low level of anxiety because I like for everything to go exactly how I practiced it. And now I know that that's just not reality. For example, when it was time for me to do my persuasive speech, the air conditioner was on. It was extremely loud, and I would have to almost scream so that the people in the back could hear me. I did not practice projecting my voice that loudly, which created anxiety for me. Another example would be when I had to participate in the team speech, and we each had our individual parts and props that we needed to bring in. I had a low level anxiety because I could not be absolutely sure that everyone knew their parts and had their things until it was time for the speech. So I understand why I have this low level anxiety, and I'm okay with it, and I make sure that it's not reflected in my speeches. When asked in January, I thought that I would pass the beginning stage of public speaking. But now looking back, I was definitely a beginner. Now I am proudly at the intermediate stage when it comes to public speaking. It has changed in a positive way because I always had what it took to be a great public speaker. I just needed someone to hand me the tools that I needed. I thought having a good intro, body, and conclusion with the correct tone of voice was all that it took to be a good public speaker. Now I realize that it is a privilege to have the tools to become an awesome, effective public speaker. I value public speaking, because it's not only considered public speaking only when you're speaking in front of 20, 50, or 300 people. Public speaking can be when you're being interviewed for a job. So it's important that you know how to do it. In the beginning of January, when I walked into the auditorium where AEC 3030C was being held, I walked in thinking that this class was just going to reiterate things that I already knew about public speaking. Boy, was I wrong. I learned about nonverbal communication, transitions, dynamic delivery, and most importantly, that having anxiety or fears about public speaking, it was okay. Thanks to AEC 3030C, I walked out in April with the tools I needed to be an effective, great, positive public speaker with personality. So I thank you.